Now, guys, for the next page, number 31 and number 32 are going to kind of be a follow-up from the last page. Here, we want to take a look at, all we're going to be doing is find the value of x on both of these. So here, I'm going to see that I have my vertex. We're dealing with angles and arcs, okay? So I know that I'm going to be dealing with either my vertex is on the circle, in the circle, or out of the circle. Here, I have my vertex is on the circle. So again, following what we were doing, our on the circle is the angle is equal to the arc divided by 2. So we do have algebra on this one, no big deal. We'll plug in our angle right here is 31, and that will be equal to our arc, which is 3x plus 2, all divided by 2. When we set this up proportionally, we'll cross multiply. We get 3x plus 2 will be equal to 31 times 2 gives me 62. So, again, pause. Solve it on your own. You got this. When we subtract that 2 from both sides, 3x is going to get 60. And then we divide, finding out that x is going to be 20. All right? Number 32 over here. Let's take a look. All right, I see that I've got two chords that are intersecting. That makes my vertex in the circle. So for in the circle, our angle is equal to arc 1 plus arc 2 divided by 2. So here we'll say, do I have my angle? Yes, I do. So I've got 76. I'm going to plug in right here for the angle. So we have 76 is equal to arc 1, x, plus arc 2, 105, all divided by 2. Let's set up our proportion. Please pause it. Go through. Okay, if you're questioning how to set it up, we got it now. Go cross multiply just like we did on the number 31 and solve for x on your own, and then resume to see if you got the right answer. Now that you've done that, of course we all know, we cross multiply here. We're going to get x plus 105 will be equal to, when we cross multiply 76 times 2, we're going to get 152. We subtract that 105. X is going to be equal to 47. So we have 47 degrees. The next section is going to deal with your, you probably should have been labeling these as we went. This is going to deal with your 10.8. We're dealing with our special segments, okay? So we need to ask ourselves, do I have two chords? Do I have two secants? Or do I have a tangent and a secant? And then go figure out, okay, which formula am I using here? So on number 33, all we're doing is find x for all three of these, so we don't have to worry about substituting. Here I'm noticing that I have two chords. And the reason I know that it's this instead of these angles is because I have my segments labeled. So when we have the two chords, we end up with part times part is equal to part times part. Okay? So if I take my first part, well, I'll start with my variable just because I like to. We have a 2 times x, which is going to give us 2x. This will be equal to 3 times 4. So we wind up with 2x equals 12. One more step, all we have to do is divide. X will be equal to 6. All right. Number 34 we take a look at and we see, hey, I have two secants. How do I know? Because I have two secant segments because I have this point, exterior point. It's going to go into the circle but not exit. Okay? So both of them. So we have our secants. So this right here will be our whole times external is equal to the other secant segment's whole times exterior. So let's find out what our whole is. The whole is going to be both of these added together. So we have x plus 4, put w equals. Down here, we're going to have 7 plus 5. Just add those together, and we get 12. So we go through, we're going to do our whole times our external. So we have our whole, which is at x plus 4. But since my external is 4, I'm going to have to do distribution. So I want to put that 4 in front. We set this equal to the whole on the other secant segment, which is 12, times the external, just that 5. So here we'll do our distribution. We get 4x plus 16 is equal to 60. Two more steps to solve for x. Let's subtract that 16. 4x is going to be equal to 44. A lot of us can do this one in our head. Dividing 44 by 4, x is going to give us 11. Number 35, last on this page, I'm going to see, oh, there's that secant. It's going to slice through. Secant slices through, slices off part of that circle, and it's going to stop. So we have a secant segment. And this over here is only giving me, it stops right here. And that's going to be stopping at our point of tangency. So we have a tangent in our secant segment. So this is going to be our tangent squared is equal to whole times external. So we need to figure out our whole here. We're going to have x plus the 5 for whole. And we have our external over here. So let's take our tangent squared right here. We're going to take that 7 squared will be equal to, again, we're going to have that x plus 5, but we're multiplying it by the 5, so we need distributions. Let's put that 5 in front. 7 squared is going to give me 49 equal to, distribute, we get 5x, and 5 times that positive 5 is plus 25. We are going to wind up with a decimal in this one. So if you're just checking for your answers, yes, you do get a decimal. Subtract 25 from both sides. We're going to wind up with 24 over here. So close to not being a decimal, right? Equals equal to 5x. Divide both sides by 5. Our x is going to come out to 4.8. All right, and there is your 5th page.